You can call me Mystic Mike because I predict these things.
Quillan Salkilld takes on Anshul Jubli this Saturday on the preliminary card of UFC 312 from Sydney, Australia. I think this is a pretty big mismatch, in my honest opinion. Quillan Salkilld gonna have the home field advantage, fighting out of Perth, Australia. 7-1 as a pro, 25 years old. Has only lost his pro debut since then. Gone on a 7-fight win streak, taking on Anshul Jubli, who does have a little bit of UFC experience. Has gone 1-1 so far in UFC. Debuted against Dricus won that fight by ground and pound, and then lost to Mike Breeden in his most recent outing. Hasn't fought since October of 2023, whereas Sallkilld is coming off of a Dana White's Contender Series win back in September of this year. So big layoff for Jubli, and honestly a big step up in competition for the guy against somebody like Sallkilld. So Jubli, he fought Mike Breeden, who's not bad, a lot of experience on that guy, 16 fights, just not the best MMA fighter, honestly. Dricus, decent, but before that, just fighting a lot of guys on the regional scene on his come up. Did fight and beat a guy by split decision who was 11-3 on the road to the UFC to get into the UFC, but just definitely hasn't been fighting the best competition. I think Quillan takes this one. I think he's just the better all-around fighter, just much grittier and tougher than Anshul Jubli. Jubli in his last fight against Mike Breeden was up 2 rounds. Mike Breeden came in there, knew he needed a finish, and just really made Jubli quit. Just didn't seem to really have the grit or the heart needed to be successful in the UFC. Mike Breeden was just yelling and screaming at him, really getting in his face. Just really kind of broke him down mentally, it seemed like, and ended up finishing him with strikes. Just, it wasn't a very good look for Jubli. Makes me question his tenacity to fight in a cage for a living. Quillan Salkilld, on the other hand, this kid's the real deal. Very good, very well-rounded, very tenacious. Can take the fight anywhere and win. Brown belt in jiu-jitsu, has wins by KO, by submission. Fought a lot of really good competition. 8-1, 4-1, 3-1, 7-1, 3-1, 1-0. The one guy that beat him, granted it was a few years ago, he's now 1-0, but was 0-0 at the time. Only real bad guy on his record was his second fight, a guy who was 2-7. So fighting the much better competition. On a roll right now, 7-0, hasn't tasted defeat in a few years now. Just most recently fought in September against a really good guy in Gage Young. Didn't get the finish, still got a contract from the UFC, so that just kind of speaks to his potential and how highly the UFC values him and kind of his career potential. Again, young guy, only 25 years old. He's 6 foot with a 75-inch reach advantage. Fighting Jubli, who's also 6 foot, has a 69-inch reach advantage. So gonna have a 6-inch reach advantage against Jubli. I just think he's gonna outclass Anshul in this fight. Fighting him in front of his hometown or home country. Much better skilled fighter, in my opinion. The odds have, Quillan, they have him at a -410 to Anshul Jubli's plus 320. So I think Sallkilld will get this one done. I think he'll get the finish. I think he can win on the feet with strikes or get the submission, honestly. So I think he'll get this one done by finish. I think he probably gets the KO just because Anshul Jubli he looks kind of at times rudimentary and kind of hesitant on the feet. So I think Sallkilld could take advantage there and get the win via knockout in this fight. So let me know what you guys think. I would consider this my lock of the card so far. So let me know if you think Jubli has a chance, because I don't. Thanks.